Oh, yay. Thanks for being here this morning. I need yoga. We all need it this time of year, right? So my one of my favorite Rumi quotes is um, the wound is the place where the light enters you. And I also like to think of it as the wound is the place where the light shines out of you. um, so think about that as you settle in. Just close your eyes. Take some long, slow, deep breaths and just feel yourself go, oh, and settle into the floor. In Japan, um, when something breaks, like a ceramic piece, they will take gold and fill in the cracks as they put it back together. I like that visual of perhaps the way you are. And the pieces become even more valuable if they've been broken. Please bring hands to heart center. We ask that we learn to value our imperfections, our cracks, our scars. It makes us who we are, makes us even more interesting and valuable. And certainly much better able to notice the grace that's always encompassing us and encompassing the whole world. Please lower your hands, open your eyes. We're going to start in standing. And I just want you to take a nice wider stance. Not real wide, but just kind of so you feel grounded. And then just start to roll your head to the right side and over to the left side. And back over to the right. And back to the left. And bringing the head upright, start to roll your shoulders a little bit. You can make big circles or little, you decide, and then switch directions. Good. And then reach in front of you, interlace your fingers, press your palms forward, and stretch up. And just arc to your right, up and over to your left. And one more time to the right. And the left. Good. Stretch up really tall. And then stretch your knuckles forward, tuck your chin around your upper back, and just kind of stretch between your shoulder blades. Good. And then come upright, release your hands, open your heart. So elbows bent, just lift. Good. And then bring forearms together, tuck and round. And one more time, big heart opener. And then stretch your arms way up and fold forward. You can go slow to your knees and down or whatever works for you, but be really mindful with your feet and your legs. Just kind of move. You can kind of rotate through all parts of your feet, just kind of checking to see that you're using all parts. Maybe shake your head, let the gravity take your head along. Slowly roll up to standing one vertebra at a time. And then turn sideways on your mat and take a wide stance, whichever way, yeah, makes sense. We're just gonna do that whole thing again. So really feel grounded to your feet and roll your head to the right and over to the left. And just do that one more time. And then just start to roll your shoulders. You can get a little more wild if you want. It always feels different in a wider stance. And then interlace your hands the opposite way of what you did. Press the palms forward and stretch up. Arc to the right. And up and over to the left. And one more time to each side. Good. Stretch up really tall. And then stretch your knuckles forward, tuck and round. And then release and open your heart. And bring forearms together, tuck and round again. One more time. Open your heart. And then stretch up. And slowly fold forward. Checking to see if you have weight in all parts of the feet. You can sway if you want to. Let your head drop. Gravity take you. And then come up like a pranam. Swivel your heels in a little bit. Bend the knees, bring your hands on your knees. And then just kind of sway to one side. You can lift the toes on the opposite foot and to the other. Yeah, be mindful with your knees. Just making sure everything's tracking correctly. Good. And then pause in the middle. Bring your hands to your heart center. Draw your low belly up. Sits bones stay back. Good. Press into your feet. And stand up. That's a weird sound. Good release. It might be the dog, I don't know. Toes, heels, toes, heels. And come on down to all fours. Take off a layer if you want to. I'm going to. What is that, Artie? Go check it out. Might be a turkey pecking on the window like when we had one year. Yeah. In all fours, just work through some cow and cat. And cow. For those of you at home, we hear some kind of a banging noise. Nobody else is here in the house either. If you want to move in any other way as you move through cat cow, please do. I know I'm going to. And then find a flat back when you're evened out. Think long back of neck so you're not allowing your head to drop, and just extend the right leg. And just point and flex the foot a few times. Check your core and extend the left arm then. So right leg, left arm. For me, I'm just going to make little circles with my leg and arm because we're going to hold it for a while. If you're feeling stable, you can try that. Warm up your glutes and your core and your hamstrings. I feel it even in my calf. Good. And then bring just the hand down. Swing that leg to the left. Bring it off to the left side for a little twist. Keep your core intact and maybe twist a little stretch. And then come back to center. Like bring the knee down. And then just swivel your right foot off to the side and extend your left leg. Come up to a little grounded Vasisthasana. Just open your heart, move whatever way helps you open today. And then bring the knee in and just slide that left hand underneath your right. Twist. Child's pose. Twisted child's pose, otherwise known as thread the needle. Draw your sternum back a little bit. Little big stretch back there. Your left shoulder. And breathe. And please come on back up and we'll kind of repeat that sequence on the other side. So start with just extending the left leg. Point and flex. Or make a circle, whatever works. Keep your core super strong. Extend the right arm. Make little circles if you'd like. Good. Bring the hand down. Bring that foot over to the right side. And engage a little twist. And then bringing the knee back in and down. Pivot the left foot, extend the right. Vasisthasana variation, side plank. Good, and then coming on in with your knees and feet, slide the right arm underneath the left. And come on, back out. And however you can, slide down to your belly. Stretch your arms by your hips, palms facing down, forehead down, lengthen the back of your neck. And just your feet, lift them. Feet and legs. Warm up the glutes again. Hamstrings. Good. And then setting the feet down. Think alongside body, head of the arm bones back. Lift the head, lift the shoulders. Keep the rib cage back. Just lift. Maybe slide your arms to cactus. Harder. You got more weight to support. Really connect with your core. Lengthen. Good. And then slide your hands down by your chest. And 3 times, just engage a little cobra. So inhale to lift and exhale down. 2 more times. Last time. And lower. And push all the way back to a child's pose. Then try this. Bring your hands either to your heels, so along your arms come along your sides like you're hugging. If you can bring them to your heels, great. If not, just bring the hands flat. And then lift your bum and roll to the top of your head and stretch out between your shoulder blades again. Feels really good. And then release back down and come back up to all fours. And then where your hands are, just bring your elbows and interlace your hands. And then just move through some more cow cats here. It feels different. You'll feel it more in your shoulders, I think. Moving between the two, you can move in any additional ways that you'd like. And then pause where it feels like your back is mostly flat, and then extend the right leg and the left leg and come to an elbow plank. Press the forearms down so you feel really strong, broaden the clavicles though. Keep the back of your neck nice and long. Good. You feel a little shaky, shaky. That's good. Draw your rib cage back and hold for 10 more seconds. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees. Sit back to just a little bit of a stretched out child's pose with your elbows still down. And then come on back up, curl the toes and lift to dolphin pose. So feels like down dog on your elbows. And you can walk it out if you'd like, just bending one knee and the other. And go ahead and lower down. And come on up to all fours. And I'm going to have you locate your block and bring them underneath your hands. And come on up to a downward facing dog. Just walk your dog out now. Can you tell this is one of my favorite songs? And extend your right leg. And then step it through. Deep lunge. Yeah, good. And just take a moment there to feel, and you can lift and lower the heel a little bit. Feel if you're grounded through your right foot. And then lower the back knee, hands to the front knee. Stretch up to an Anjane. Good. And then touch down. Slide your hips back, straighten the right leg. Start with a flexed foot. Draw the leg into the socket. Maybe fold and point the toes if you're wanting more. And bending back into the front knee. Lift the back knee. And sweep your right hand all the way up and open it up. And reach down, touch the block. And step back, down dog. Extend the left leg. And step it through when you're ready. Go as slow or as fast as you want. Take a moment to feel the deep lunge stretch. And then eventually lowering the back knee. Taking your time, stretching on up to Anjane. And touch down. Slide the hips back. Runner's lunge. Stretch out your hammies. You can stretch the toes if you'd like. Keeping everything lined up. And bend back into the front knee. Lift the back knee. And sweep the left arm up, open up, big twist. And touch down. Good. Just set the blocks off to the side for a moment and step back to a downward dog. Inhale, come to plank. Take time to really notice your alignment. Lower to the mat. Stretch your feet long, stretch your arms long. Full Shalabhasana now. So lift head, shoulders, feet, arms. And release down. Push back to all fours, grab the blocks. Downward facing dog. Extend the right leg again. Bend the knee. Open up to wild dog. So stack right hip on top of left. Reach back with your foot. Keep the left shoulder on the back. Good. Square up. Bring the foot to the outside of the right block. Good. And just check the alignment. Your spine is straight ahead. Hands right under shoulders. Lower the back knee. You can widen the right leg to the right if you want, but keep strong through the bottom of the foot. Maybe lower down for humble pose. Just breathe into it, into that tight hip. Lengthen through the top of your head. And then come back up on your hands. Lift the back knee and step all the way back. Downward facing dog. Extend the left leg. Bend the knee, open up, wild dog. And square up and step it to the outside of the left side block. Lower the back knee. Just be mindful as you slide down to a humble pose. Just keep monitoring. And then come on back up. Lift the back knee, step back. Downward facing dog. And slowly walk your feet up between the blocks. Forward fold. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms and come all the way up. Reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Do a sun salute. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Pranam. And fold. Step your left foot back to deep lunge. Lower the heel on that back foot and turn it toes to the middle. Come up to warrior two. And you can move a little bit, just kind of feel it out. Feel that back foot super grounded. And straighten the front leg. Keep grounded through both feet as you slide into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Keep your left armpit hollowed out. Good. Pretend like I'm pulling on your wrist to come back up. Bend back into the front knee. And windmill down. Deep plunge. And step forward, forward fold. Pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Hands through heart center. To the other side. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Pranam. And right foot back. Deep lunge. Ground the foot down. Check your alignment as you come up. Warrior two. You can move any way that feels good. Straighten the front leg. Slide into triangle. And pulling on your wrist to come up. Bend into the front knee. And then windmill down. Move the blocks and step back. Down dog. If you're ready for child's pose, you can do that, or I'm going to do a vinyasa again. So you're doing that. Come forward to plank. Stay for an extra breath. And then as you lower down, pause in chaturanga. And then lower down. Cobra when you're ready. Stay for one more breath. And lower back down. Push back to all fours. If you're wanting the blocks, you can grab them. If not, just come on up to downward facing dog. I feel like I'm a little warmer. I don't need them as much. And then walk your feet slowly to your hands, forward fold. Slowly roll up to standing. And then just stand on your right foot. You can use your arms for balance and lift your left knee. See how your balance is this morning. Stretch your arms up if you want. And then release that foot down and bring the right one up. Put your arms up if you want. And release. Now coming back to the first side, I'm going to add a little on. So bring the left knee up, find your balance, and then slowly move it back. You can choose to pause in Warrior 3 if you want. And then step back, Crescent Warrior. Woohoo! Straighten the front leg. Hands behind you. This is a balance challenge. Perhaps fold forward. If you want to, you just bring your hands down. You have to keep that left leg super strong. Hug the feet towards each other. Unwind your hands, touch down. Bend the front knee, deep lunge. Round the back foot down. Warrior 2. Reverse it. And then come into Parsvakonasana. Either elbow to knee or wherever it works for you. And release down. Turn the heel up, step forward. Pranam. And fold. Sweep the arms. Hands to heart center. Good, we have that to do on the other side. That's really low right now. Connor wanted me to lower it so he could shoot. Stand on your left foot, lift the right knee. Slowly move it back when you're feeling balanced. You might have to take several steps as you go back. You can pause in Warrior 3, you don't have to. Step it back. Crescent Warrior. Straighten the left leg. And release the hands if it felt good on the last one. Keep everything square, your core engaged. Maybe fold over the front foot. Touch the mat. Bend the front knee. Ground the back foot down. I just kind of threw this at you. Warrior two. I haven't taught that all week, but you guys are doing so well. Reverse it. And Parshvakanasana. Whatever variation you like. And reach down, touch the floor, turn the back heel up, step back. Down dog. Did anyone go to see the Nutcracker this year? I did not, but inhale to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, lower. Downward facing dog. Up your feet, your hands. You can go as slow as you want and up in a forward fold. Turn the toes out slightly and come down to a deep squat. Kind of nice. And then bring your hands behind you if you're close enough to the floor, and just move back and set your bum down. Stretch your legs out. Just feel your sits bones underneath you. Bend your right knee and bring it to the outside of your leg. If that feels okay, you can ground it. Yep. And then get really grounded through your sits bones and tall. And then maybe grab the knee with your left elbow, right hand to the back, just a little twist. And then coming back through the center, twist the opposite way just for a moment, feeling just as grounded. And then come back to center. Bring your ankle over your thigh. Just make sure that things are stable and square. And you can open the knee. Or if you're really feeling it and you want to, you can bring your foot to half lotus. Good. Unwind. We'll do that on the other side. So on the left knee, bring it across if you can ground the foot down. Ground and sit up tall, and then maybe twist. It feels really good in your low back. So if you're tall and you have a little curve in your low back, that natural curve, you're gonna have it feel super good. Join your breath here. And then twisting the opposite direction for just a moment. And then open up to that knee. Be sure and ground yourself. Get yourself nice and tall. And then work on opening the knee. And if it's feeling really good, you want to slide the foot. So if you do, the little toe side comes into your hip crease. For a half lotus. Good, and then unwind. Take out the legs. You might have to scooch forward just a little bit so you can lay down and your head's not going to be on the hard floor. Hands by your hips. Nice long back of neck. I'm going to have you do this a different way. So think, I'm going to press the upper back down. It kind of feels like you're rounded. I'm going to press the thoracic down the middle back and then the low back down. And then I'm going to lift to Satubandha. And then it feels like you go the opposite way. You feel the curves come back. And then come down the same way. So think upper back presses down, middle back, low back, and then sacrum. And pause there. And one more time. Upper back, middle back, low back, lift, and then upper back, middle back, low back, sacrum. And then just bring your feet a little wider. And lower the right knee toward the left ankle. Oh, feet. Yeah, like a windshield wiper. Can't get this to work. And then switch. Just do it a few times. And then pause in the middle. Just wiggle your feet closer together. Let the knees open wide. You can bring your hands on your rib cage or your belly, if you'd like. And slowly close your knees, hug your knees into your chest. Roll side to side a little bit, kind of massage. Go back. Move the knees wider and transition for happy baby. Straighten legs if you want, or just play a little bit. Whatever feels good. And then stretch your legs up towards the ceiling. Bring your hands by your hips and see about moving the hips up so your feet come over the top for plow pose. You can hold your hips if that feels good. If you're this is only plain, so if it doesn't feel good, you don't have to do it. If you want to, you can stretch the legs up for a shoulder stand. Good, you guys. And then bringing the feet back down slowly. Pull back down. And transition for Shavasana. And as you settle in, just do a scan and just relax anything that's feeling tense. Allow the floor to support you. Cover up if you'd like. And as you relax, I just wanted to share a story with you. Some of you have probably heard it before. It's entitled The Cracked Pot. A water bearer in India had two large pots, each hung on each end of a pole, which he carried across his neck. One of the pots had a crack in it. And while the other pot was perfect and always delivered a full portion of water at the end of the long walk from the stream to the master's house, the cracked pot arrived only half full. For a full 2 years, this went on daily, with the bearer delivering only 1 1/2 pots of water to his master's house. The perfect pot was proud of its accomplishments, perfect to the end for which it was made. But the poor cracked pot was ashamed of its own imperfection and miserable that it was able to accomplish only half of what it had been made to do. After 2 years of what it perceived to be a bitter failure, it spoke to the water bearer one day by the stream. I am ashamed of myself, and I want to apologize to you. Why? Asked the water bearer. What are you ashamed of? I've been able for these past 2 years to deliver only half my load because this crack in my side causes water to leak out all the way back to your master's house. Because of my flaws, you have to do all this work and you don't get full value from the efforts, the pot said. The water bearer felt very sorry for the old cracked pot, and in his compassion, he said, as we return to the master's house today, I want you to notice the beautiful flowers along the path. Indeed, as they went up the hill, the old cracked pot took notice of the sun warming the beautiful wildflowers on the side of the path, and this cheered it some. But at the end of the trail, it still felt bad because it had leaked out half its load, and so again it apologized to the bearer for its failure. The bearer said to the pot, did you notice that there were flowers only on your side of the path, but not on the other pot's side? That's because I've always known about your flaw, and I took advantage of it. I planted flower seeds on your side of the path, and every day while we walk back from the stream, you've watered them. For 2 years, I've been able to pick these beautiful flowers to decorate my master's table. Without you being just the way you are, he would not have had this beauty to grace his house. Well, the moral of the story is we're all crackpots. Should embrace it. Several other quotes from Rumi that have to do with light, I think is really nice for this time of year. He wrote, "If everything around you looks dark, look again. You may be the light." And a candle never loses any of its light while lighting up another candle. If you are irritated by every rub, how will you become polished? In to notice your senses, see what you're hearing, perhaps far away from you, and closer and closer. Maybe you hear your own breath, your own heartbeat. Notice what you're seeing on the back of your eyelids. Maybe what you smell and taste. Feel the air on your skin, on your face. Feel yourself grounded into the floor. You feel your clothes, what the fibers feel like on your skin. Begin to move small ways when you're ready. And then please draw your knees in and roll to the side. Push up to seated. Take your time. Bring hands to heart center. Truly grateful for each of you. Hope you have wonderful Christmas as I'm gone next week. But I want you to know how much I love doing what I'm doing, and I appreciate you all sticking with me. And I bow to the beautiful light that's shining out through all of your beautiful cracks. Namaste. Okay. Sorry, I kind of some extra things in there because we were doing so well.